Sup, my name is Ray for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Welcome to Coffee Time, your Monday morning discussion video released in the evening, because I am an evening coffee drinker, and I am terribly sorry. But in all honesty, it's mainly because live streams, and everything else I do. All the other channels. Anyway, that's besides the point. Today's topic is, when will there be a new ban list? So many of you always ask me, and I kind of figured if we made a discussion out of it, it'd be fun, but also what can we expect from this upcoming ban list? What can we really expect out of it? What will be Konami's motive? Not exactly what we're going to see on it. This isn't a prediction list, this is more a discussion on how they'll formulate the list and where they'll take it. So basically, once I get into it, you'll understand. Before we get completely into that, over the weekend, I did slow down a little bit on releasing videos. We're going to be back on track. Friday is going to slow down. It's going to be late day releases because of Star Wars and because of Council Network stuff. The Pokemon Council did take priority over the weekend for a big project, and on the Council Gaming, we're pretty much prepping to start releasing Destiny content to up our content of more stuff. So there's a little bit more of everything, hence why needed to kind of just take a step back from this channel to breathe life into the other channels a little bit more, and then just kind of go all over the place. But I think with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, it's just kind of at the point where I understand what to do. So that's enough talking about all that, but let's get into today's topic. So, when will there truly be a new ban list? So we know three major products, or well, I want to say two major products, and that kind of gives us a time frame when we could possibly be getting a list. And I know this may sound absurd, and I know we may not know exactly it, but it's fun to pander and wonder what will happen. So, Breakers of the Shadow and Gold Series 3, Premium 3 are the big two key factors to where my theory goes with this. In between January 15th to March 18th, I want to say we'll have a new ban list. Now, that's not to say that, this current ban list hasn't been all that great or all that fun, but let's be honest with each other. If Konami really wants to push Breakers of Shadow, they're going to have to sell it a little bit more on the Mermail hype. And I know this sounds crazy, and I know Mermails won't do squat without it, but if they had a more competitive edge, then Konami could sell the Ultra Rare that much faster. But you're saying to yourself, Ryu, Breakers of Shadow has already, on pre-orders, shattered numbers. It's already selling out. Yes, true to form, it is. I've expected that to happen. But why not give more fire under the ass of the set to sell it faster? It gives Konami motive. It gives them the factor of saying, we sold this set because you guys enjoyed it, because you enjoyed the new super rares and everything. And in all honesty, that's not even what it is. It's just, we want the good cards. We're Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. We want the best of the best. We want to take our deck to the next level. For some of us, that doesn't come in this set, that comes in April. And that is another factor. We only have January, March, and April as the major big sets. February, I want to say, is more kind of like that Hidden Arsenal set. I'm not putting Raid Raptors down, but there's really only one thing Konami could bring back to actually further the Raid Raptors, and they honestly don't need it, is Lord of Darkness. I just don't see that happening, to be completely fair. So, what can we expect from this upcoming ban list, hypothetically? I want to say Atlantean Dragoons is the biggest key factor with Diva. I'm not saying they're both going to come back, but hey, if they put Dragoons to 3, that pushes Atlantean Mermail Prince a little bit further, and that allows it to be in the minds of people even more. So it's kind of smart for Konami to just say, you know what? We want you to buy this. They're not going to touch Cosmos, they're not going to touch Magispector, they're not going to touch Magicians, and they're definitely not going to touch Reformer Pal and Friends. And the main reason is, all 4 of those decks are the decks they want to sell to you. And this sounds absurd. You're probably saying to yourself, no, that's not true. I need a better format. This format's still fresh. We're not talking about taking all that and putting them all on the list. If anything, there's only one key factor that would be hit in all those decks is Wavering Eyes. Because it is the scapegoat hit of scapegoat hits, but it doesn't need to be a hit. To be fair, if they hit Wavering Eyes, they lower the power of the decks in mirror matches. You have to play a little bit smarter. If they lower Anti-Spell Fragrance, you could start to see where the direction's going. Now, I'm not saying they will do any of this, because as I said, it's not a predictions list. It's more of a, hey, when are we going to get a fucking list, Konami? And let's have fun discussing what could possibly be on there. I'm not saying I want anti-spell fragrance to be limited. Hell to the no! But let's be honest. They could put MST at 1 to sell Twin Twister. And if Twin Twister was a super rare, hypothetically, because we don't know the rarities as of yet, as the time of this video is made, if Twin Twister was a super rare, therefore, they could just sell Twin Twister to you as a good super rare. And every pack is going to come with a super rare. So, hey, let's limit that. Let's fucking move more product. There is one other big factor when it comes to premium gold that has not been discussed, and that's why I wanted to make this video as well, is when it comes to premium gold, we usually get reprints of older sets from the older, gold series sets. There's very few cards left to actually reprint. I mean, we could see Notoria Beast, we could see Dark Magician of Chaos would be a great reprint here. We could see Chaos Emperor Dragon here, both with the errata, both off the ban list, both upcoming in a product. Therefore, Konami has reasoning to remove them from the ban list, give them the update errata, and release them to the players and resell them. And that is the smartest tactical move. So that puts, hypothetically going by this, that puts the ban list anywhere from the 15th of January to the release, or shortly after the release of Gold Series. As I said though, if Konami wants to push Mermels, which I'm not 100% sure if they want to, only because of Atlantean Prince, then they can move Atlantean Dragoons to 3, just to sell it a little bit more. I don't really see them hitting anything maybe outside Raigeki, which none of the meta decks are really hurt by, to actually promote the new stuff. When it comes to it, maybe just MST. But Cosmos aren't affected by MST. The other decks are going to be outclassed by MST because of Twin Twister. And that's pretty much just truth for you. And when it comes down to it, we're getting to the Solemn Notice format. So if Konami really wanted to push Solemn Notice, you could just say, alright, we're going to ban Solemn Warning. I'm, again, not saying that it will happen, just hypothetically could, because the way Konami works is a business. But that's why you share your thoughts. When do you think we're going to get it? And what do you think will be on it? For me, I think Dark Magician of Chaos, Chaos Imp, have perfect timing either before Gold Series or right after with updated erratas. So that way they could be like their OCG counterparts. So let's be honest. With Dark Magician of Chaos, what are you really going to bring back? Maybe a Twin Twister, maybe a Raigeki. Those are the two best answers you could probably give. Maybe there is something else, but I'm not fully seeing it. And again, it's kind of one of those things. The only other thing I could see Konami hitting, but I still think it's way too early, is Luster Pendulum. But I really think it's way too early. It doesn't hurt the mirror matches. It just allows them to spam harder. And it's a key card in Perform Pal and Friends. And it'd be really dumb on Konami's part to actually want to promote that deck. It's pretty obvious they are. To actually promote that deck and not allow it to be a thing. Again, just like Instant Fusion with Panzer Dragoon, that helps you get to Cyber Dragon Infinity that much quicker. Or Plotamius, because they want to push Cyber Dragon Infinity. But if the list was to come after Breakers of Shadow, closer to Gold Series, then we could see the Plotamius finally limited or banned. Well, probably banned at that case, because you only need the one. It would be banned at that case, so that way you can use Nova the way you would. That is just a theory, a hypothesis. The main core of this discussion is when we'll see a new ban list. And my theory behind it is sometime between Breakers of Shadow and Gold Series. It just seems like all the stars are lining up. And again, I don't think... Hey, Molly. I don't think Wing Raiders is going to be that middle point that they pull the trigger. I think it's going to be either right after Breakers, right before it, or right before or after Gold Series. I think that's exactly when we can expect a new ban list from Konami. I think that's pretty much the only answer I could really give you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed today's topic and discussion, and I will see you tomorrow for Tech Tuesday for another live stream, and probably for another deck profile, and maybe subscriber showcase if we have time. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Reed for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more, and I will